Today I'm going to be making Paula Deen's French onion pork chops. Now, I made the mistake of watching Paula Deen's quarantine cooking that she's been doing on Instagram, and I say it's a mistake because it looks so absolutely delicious. Everything that she makes, every time I want to make it. So I saw this on Instagram and I thought I have to do it. It was she and her son Jamie. Now, they had a meat tenderizer, and so they did this with a meat tenderizer. I don't have a meat tenderizer, so I'm just gonna use a fork. But all they did was they punched some holes in their pork chops. So you need at least four. You could have more, but she did 4, so I'm gonna do 4. Boneless pork chops. You need some panko breadcrumbs and just plain panko breadcrumbs. You need some of the Lipton onion soup, and you need some eggs. So you're gonna take your eggs and break them up, and you're gonna preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and you're gonna have a cookie sheet, and you're gonna line it with parchment paper. She did not tell you to line it with parchment paper, but I'm telling you to do that because when she made this on her quarantine cooking, when she baked this, it stuck really bad to her pan, and I thought, I feel bad for whoever's job it is to clean that pan, because they're gonna have a time. Cleaning that out of the bottom of that pan if they didn't have to throw it away. So this comes with 2 of these envelopes, and you're going to use both of them. You put both of them in the bowl, and then the panko, you're going to put that on top. So I'm going to just open this, put that in there as well, and we're going to mix those together. And this looked so very easy when she made it. If we need more breadcrumbs, I'll add them. But you can see I didn't add a lot to that. I
don't think I need
more. No, I don't think I need any more. I think that looks good. So you just kind of wing the amount. But you take your pork chop and you dredge it through your egg. And then you put it in your panko and you press down, and you're going to do both sides like this. And then you're going to move this over to your cookie sheet. So I'm going to do this with all 4 pieces. I'm on my last one, and as you can see, there is not a whole lot of that left in the bottom of this bowl. So just know, if you have a bigger family, if you want to cook more pork chops, you might have to buy 2 boxes of that Lipton onion, and they might make boxes where they have more than 2 envelopes in it. I don't remember. So now what she did is she added a little bit more of to make it crispier. She put a little bit more on here. But what we're gonna do is you bake this for 10 minutes at 400 degrees, and then you take it out and you flip it over, and you're gonna do 10 minutes on the other side. And you don't need to add any salt or pepper to it, because that Lipton onion has enough spices in it to where you don't need to add any more to it. But we'll be back when it's time to flip them over. Okay, the first 10 minutes have gone by, so we're just gonna take them and flip them over, and then we're gonna put them right back in the oven for 10 additional minutes, and then they're supposed to be finished. So we'll check them and see. Okay, this is how they look. I'm going to use a spatula and take them off and put them on a plate, and then we'll take it over to the table and give it a try. Okay, I cut mine in half because this was the picture for the thumbnail. But it was also a good opportunity for me to see if it is cooked through, and it is.
Perfect.
And it smells wonderful.
Very oniony.
Yes.
Which I like a lot of onions anyway.
I do too.
I love the crispiness of the panko.
I do too.
But your Lipton onion soup, the onion also gets crispy, so you get these crispy onion pieces on there. That's really good.
Yes, and I can tell you, I would use all that's left over, use it, because it is so good, and sprinkle it on the top. If you've not ever used Lipton onion soup though, we've used it for, we'll do like potatoes, and this would be great paired with potatoes. But we've done like baked potatoes where you cut them into small bite-sized pieces and you mix oil. There's a recipe actually on the box. You mix oil and the Lipton onion soup mix, and you stir it all together, and then you pour it out on a cookie sheet and you bake it, and then you flip it, like flip the potatoes halfway through. Those are absolutely phenomenal.
Haven't you put this on a pork roast too?
That's what I was going to say next. I've also used it for pork roast.
That's wonderful.
All you do is you take your pork roast, put it in the crock pot, take the dry powder, sprinkle it over the top. Don't add any water, any liquid at all, anything. Put the lid on it, cook it. And it forms its own juices. It's terrific. And we've done that with pork roast. You could use a beef roast.
Pork roast really tastes really good with
it. It does. It really does taste delicious.
Yeah, I like the. And it's good and tender. The pork it has a lot of moisture in it.
And that was easy, wasn't it?
It's super easy.
Yeah.
No.
Just a couple of ingredients, and it's a completely different meal than we've ever had before.
Yeah, it doesn't cost that much either.
Yeah.
Panko crumbs, but great value brand. They weren't much at all.
No, they were very cheap. And then the Lipton onion soup is cheap too. So the only way really you're putting money into it is whatever the pork chops cost.
You can do this with Salisbury or cube steaks too.
Oh yeah, that would be delicious.
Cube steaks are a cheaper cut of beef. That would be a really good bump up for a cube steak.
It sure would. If you've never watched Paula Deen though, if you're not subscribed to her on Instagram, you should subscribe to her, because since all this has been going on, she's been doing this quarantine cooking, and it's all in her kitchen in Georgia. And it's not like there's no edits, like there's no editing or anything like that. And she'll bring friends in the kitchen and she'll talk to them, and they'll have random conversations and stuff like that. And you know, it's not set up at all like you would get on like the Food Network or something like that. This is her cooking, one take for the camera, and it's done. The only time she cuts away is like when they put something in the oven. She'll say, I'll be back in 10 minutes, and then you can tell she picks it up from there 10 minutes later. So they'll like pause the video and then start taping again. But everything else, you can tell it's very, very real, on the fly cooking. So it's really cool to watch. And so when she was making this with her son Jamie, it's like, that I know how good that Lipton onion soup is, and I thought, we love pork chops, Lipton onion soup. There's nothing to not like about this recipe.
No, that's really good.
So I hope you all will try it out. Let me know if you do, and thanks for watching.